Hi, I want to talk about one of the regulatory offices, AAFCO, which is the Association of American Feed Officials, and why that is important to understand who they are and what they do so that you can better make selections for your dog's food. And so I want to talk about what people think versus what the reality is. And so, what people think is that AAFCO is a governing agency that tests and approves pet food. And the reality is, AAFCO is a private volunteer organization with no regulatory authority. It does not test, inspect, or improve pet food at all. Yet their name is on every bag of dog food, as to suggest that they have some sort of significance. What they are responsible for is they create guidelines and they create the definition for ingredients. And so the other thing they do is they require in their guidelines that when the manufacturer lists the ingredient, it goes in descending order, meaning the number one spot is what's most in the bag. But here's the kicker. Manufacturers are actually responsible for ensuring that their products meet the guidelines that are set by AAFCO, and they self-certify saying that they are compliant. Does that throw up some red flags for you? Because it does me. And let me explain why. And so when you think about one of the guidelines being that the food order goes in the food order goes in descending order according to the ingredients. But here's the dirty little secret that you might not know, that is based on pre-cooked food. So when you look at your bag of dog food and you see that the number one ingredient is a protein, and you think to yourself that my dog is eating mostly a good solid protein, but did you know that protein, such as chicken and beef and turkey, is up to 70% water weight, which means when it's cooked, it shrinks down 60 to 70%. And depending on what follows the in suit after the major protein, can completely jumble up the bag and make no sense. So, for example, when you look at like rice, barley, oats, they might only have a water percentage of 4 to 10%. So if your protein is shrinking 60 to 70% and your rice product is only shrinking 4%, well, that completely mixes up the label completely. So how do you know how to select the best dog food for your dog? Follow our station and we will continue explaining to you some better options for you.